Hey, sir, stay in your car.
All units negative contact 3507.
Edmund to Delta 316.
PD is calling Adam 324. No response.
I didn't always want to become a police officer. Growing up, I wanted to be a pediatrician. And I guess the summer between my junior and senior year in high school, I went to UTMB in Galveston through a program and realized everything it took to become a doctor. And that was it for me. My decision was made that I would be a police officer.
I think in the same way that a kid wants to be a teacher or a doctor, my thing ended up being law enforcement, to be a police officer. I had a state trooper come to my elementary school and he talked about what it was to be an officer and what they did. And since then, that's pretty much all I ever wanted to do. And here I am.
I hate bullies. And all my life I grew up fighting other people's fights and not my own. And when I got a chance, after I got out of the Navy, to come back to Lake City where I grew up, I thought what better way to give back than to go be a police officer and maybe get a chance to help somebody who can't take care of himself when the bully's around.
I think the number one danger is safety. That's what's in the media. That's true to us. That's what's out there today. Everyone wants to go home safely at the end of their day to their family.
I think it goes anywhere from physical injury on up to death. For the most part, every call could go either way. We try and prepare for the best and prepare for the possibility of the worst at the same time.
It all depends on the call. A lot more goes through your mind at times when you're on the way to a call. And specifically that 10% terror when you're going to that call where you know you're going to have a chance to make a difference, but it could be a very dangerous situation. And you try to play the scenarios over in your mind to plan for what if this happens when I get there? What if this is going on when I get there? How am I going to react to this? And so you try to play those scenarios out so you've thought about it before you actually arrive.
Every call is different that you go on. First, you have to be able to go and make split-second decisions. You have to go with an open mind. You have to be worried about your safety and the safety of everyone around you.
Like anything else you see in the media, every day when you tune into the news or read the newspaper, you're not opening it up for all the happy stories. Typically, it's something tragic. And when officers make mistakes that turn into tragedies, it makes for good media coverage.
I believe that the media has a big role in portraying police officers badly. They want to get the exclusive story of the night before the facts come out, before incident is fully investigated.
I don't think it's an issue of grateful as much as it is they've formed their own opinions already based off of media and other things and their own interactions sometimes that have been negative.
I believe a lot of times people have a bad experience with a police officer in their eyes, and they never let that go. Some people just don't like authority at all.
Most people are comfortable to see a police officer around them. People wave at us. People buy our meals at times and pay for them anonymously. And I would say over the 22 years of my career, I've very rarely had a negative reaction from anybody when I was out in public.
I believe they're mixed. There's some negative reactions, but there's a lot of positive. It's always neat to come across a complete stranger and for them to shake your hand, tell you thank you for your service. It means a lot.
For me, it's making a difference and know that I have a positive impact on someone at some point in time. I can always look back and know that I've made a difference.
There's a lot of things. I've worked as a patrol officer, I've worked as a detective, but I would have to say the most rewarding part of my law enforcement career has been working as a school liaison officer. I would like to think that I have touched some lives of some students that's graduated and some current students here at Clear Creek High School.
Having the opportunity to make a difference in somebody's life. The first question you asked me about why I became a police officer. get to make a difference. If you can change the day from somebody's worst day that they've ever envisioned and somehow make it less severe, then you made a difference in that person's life. And no matter what the media portrays you as, that night when you get home, you'll know going home that you made a difference in somebody's life and their world is a better place for it that day. It is interesting the way that police officers are portrayed versus the reality that society holds us at a different level than that of the media. Throughout the United States, police officers are generally very well received by the public, and police officers have an overwhelmingly higher success rate than a failure rate. But our failures are publicized, and sometimes they're tragic, and so we have to work really hard to limit those failures and somehow rely on folks like you to pass on our successes as well.
And I believe that there's a lot of good officers out there, and we wear this uniform to represent the agency we work for. We wear our name tags to represent our family, and I love what I do.
No response. Sam 105, Santa Cruz.
Greg, Nigel Benner. Call sign 163.
The sacrifices you made will never be forgotten. May your courage and valor live on in the hearts of those who came to honor you today.